We're going to open up the whole debate right at the start. I'll ask one question and then we'll open it up. First question, of course, is to the Congress party. You know, this is must be embarrassing to you, Brijesh Kalappa. I don't know what the setup is. I'm sure it's embarrassing for you. Is it embarrassing for you?
It is extremely embarrassing.
So then what kind of a government, what kind of a party do you have? How do you run things? You have a prime minister who said he didn't know what happens when there are scams under his nose. Right. Now you have a chief minister who says, I don't know where my MLAs are, who are globe-trotting in the wake of utter disaster being suffered by the local population because of floods and drought in their constituencies. I mean, I don't know how is the free-for-all now in the Congress party, in Karnataka, in your government?
No. Let me, just add to what you said. You see, in the first instance, I think some of these MLAs had booked tickets, long ago, right, to travel to wherever they've gone. And then ultimately, this is, like I said, something which I don't agree with. And this shouldn't have been done. It's insensitive. It's ill-timed.
No, this is the standard answer when people are caught red-handed. And I think it is terrible as part of this extravaganza. And let's open it up for debate. As part of this extravaganza, anyone who wants to come in, Pratap Gowda Patil from the constituency of Maski Raichur, which is worst affected by the floods, will be drinking unlimited wine along with his dinner in Rome and making wishes at the Trevi Fountain, taking a gondola ride in Venice. That's his Roman holiday. I'm not even gone to the rest of the part. Who'd like to come in? Brijesh Kalappa can't be allowed to get away by saying this is terrible. Okay. I see many heads nodding there Arnab. In disagreement. Okay, the BJP goes first. Go ahead, of course. You want to take...
First of all, the BJP has to explain what happened in Goa. First of all, the BJP has to explain what happened in Goa. There was a trip which was organized by the government, and when the media raised an issue of it, then they said, no, we are going to have a self-finance trip. This is a completely self-finance trip.
You cannot ask me questions today.
Mr. Rao, don't try to act as if you're a holy cow. As if you're a holy cow. You're not a holy cow. This happened barely last month, and you want to pontificate to me. You want to pontificate to me on public television tonight? I think it's absolutely absurd on your part, Mr. Rao. Please.
Come on, this is the culture of your Congress party. Your leader, Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, they all set the best example for your MLAs. I think they are simply emulating Rahul Gandhi. I think that's what will actually stop you from speaking.
What has Rahul Gandhi done?
No, I'll tell you, because most of the time he is holidaying abroad. Maybe they are not finding him in Delhi, so they want to possibly find him in Europe. Your chief minister comes to Delhi. I think it's a shame.
Mr. Rao.
Chief minister comes to Delhi.
Mr. Rao, do you believe
leadership does not find time to meet him?
Mr. Rao, do you believe
Congress leadership has no time for?
Mr. Rao, do you believe? Mr. Rao, 1 minute. Do you believe? No, 1 minute. Calm down, gentlemen. One second. My question here is this now.
No, but
Mr. Rao, 1 minute, Mr. Rao, take the question. We're limited time. We're opening up, and many others also want to come into the debate. Would you like to categorically say that everybody who is taking part in this trip, that everybody who is doing this today, disrespecting the trauma that their constituents are going through, the trouble they are facing, and instead whining and dining around on whoever's money, that they should just be thrown out of the Legislative Assembly, that they have no right to be in politics? Would you agree, Mr. Rao?
the least that can be done is to suspend, because MLAs cannot leave the country without informing leader of the legislature party. If Siddaramaiah is saying, I don't know, I think he's being completely ineffective.
Why?
He doesn't know what's happening with his MLAs. How is he going to govern Karnataka?
Sir, you just landed yourself in quicksand there, because while the majority, 13 out of the 16 MPs are from the Congress party, the member of parliament, the member of Legislative Assembly whose name I just took, Pratap Gowda Patil, whose constituency is worst affected by the floods, belongs to a party called the Bharatiya Janata Party. Just for your information. Just for your information.
This is what happens.
Just for your information. And he's probably taking a gondola ride in Venice tonight.
There is no representative.
Or at the Leaning Tower of Pisa, for perhaps.
There is no representative.
Or he's having or he's on a romantic, adventurous ride up the snow-clad Swiss Alps. Or he's exploring Amsterdam on an exciting canal cruise.
Yes, but
Shazia Ilmi is coming in now. Open debate, by the way. Yes, Shazia, go ahead.
There is no...
No, 1 second. Let's expose everyone tonight on this debate. Yeah, go ahead, Shazia.
They won't be receiving...
Shazia, go ahead.
You know, they won't be receiving a hero's welcome when they come back. I can assure you of that.
No, but I can tell
And
you,
also,
I can tell
so
you,
many
Shazia,
study trips.
I can tell you, Shazia,
and you
that
wonder
some of them have
what
come
these
back.
study trips have
Some
done.
of them have come back.
I see.
Yeah.
So my question is, at a time when every MLA who's an elected representative, whose job it is to look after his people and represent them, is akin to a doctor abandoning his patients on the surgery table, on the operation table. It is not a mere case of somebody playing truant or bunking his class. It's as serious as that. There are floods there. Your constituency needs you. You're an MLA only because of them. You're supposed to serve them. So, and for the life of me, I want to know so many study trips.
There is also
what on
drought.
earth do they? And how have our cities improved?
Karnataka.
How have our systems improved?
There is also drought in Karnataka, Shazia.
Exactly. There were droughts earlier. There are floods now in Shimoga, all over.
No, it happens simultaneously in Karnataka.
Danish Ali wants to come in. Okay, 1 second.
It happens simultaneously.
Danish Ali and Harish Bijoor and Preeti Menon haven't yet come into the debate. Danish Ali.
Exactly, but what is the rationale?
Viewers are asking us.
No, but one more point. Arnab, one small point.
Quickly, please. Yeah, quickly, please. Yeah, quickly, please. I actually want to get in Danish Ali very quickly, Shazia, if you don't mind. You know, first we caught your Karnataka MLAs in Australia and New Zealand, and then in Fiji.
Okay, sure.
1.5 months later, your MLAs came up with a report, Danish Ali, saying that they learned that cows and sheep are grazing in open fields and that the official language of Australia is English and its capital is Canberra, and they said this was the study tour that we went on. Now, let me remind you that you came on the Newshour, Danish Ali, you came on the Newshour. And you assured me we'll take strict action, MLAs will reimburse the money. And I must say, Danish Ali, don't take it otherwise. You made a really sorry face. You were very contrite about it. You said we are embarrassed about what has happened. Now, Mr. K. Venkatesh of the Piriya Patana constituency is on this 15-day Europe tour. How did this happen now? You want us to keep exposing these people every time they do this? You were caught red-handed last time around.
Arnab.
Yes.
No. This tour is totally unethical. In the strongest words, we condemn it. And whether it's a BJP or a Congress, I do remember today people needs their representative in the constituencies where the flood is there.
Yes, so that's stating the obvious.
I do remember about 4 years back when BJP was heading the government, the worst flood was there. At the same time, the BJP MLAs and the leadership was struggling in Delhi how to retain Reddy brothers, how to retain their government.
For the Congress,
they are insensitive.
We are discussing
both
this
BJP and Congress, both are insensitive.
Party? Do you
no,
I
I am just refreshing. Mr. Rao, I am just refreshing your memory. How sensitive these the national parties are towards the suffering of the common man in Karnataka. People know.
Accept humiliation.
We JDS is playing the real opposition role there.
Really?
When BJP was in power, we played the opposition role.
Come on, we know what.
We exposed Reddy brothers. We exposed Yedurappa's corruption.
I don't know.
What happened in election? Why we reduced? That is a debatable thing.
JDS position in Karnataka.
No, but you remember.
Karnataka is known.
But you remember it was JDS.
Harish Bijoor.
Inside the
Harish Bijoor and Preeti Menon. Harish Bijoor and Preeti Menon.
Congress.
10 minutes left. Let's get them in. Harish Bijoor, Chief Minister, says, what can I do? No, when the Times Now reporter goes to the Chief Minister, he says, what can I do?
I must clarify, Arnab.
Yes,
I must clarify that despite what he said, he has ensured that some of the MLAs come back and some of them are returning, I think, tonight.
Really?
So this is just to point out.
So, I don't know. Is Mr. Ramakrishna, who is the MLA from the Gulbarga rural constituency, coming back and rehabilitating the families, out of whom 4 have lost their lives instead of sipping champagne from the tops of Jungfrau? Come on, Brijesh Kalappa. You've been caught red-handed again. You've been caught red-handed again. Preeti Menon wants to come in, but Harish Bijoor also wants to come in. Who goes in first? Okay, please. I think Harish Bijoor first. Go ahead, Harish Bijoor.
See, this type of
Arnab, let me put it this way, that this entire controversy...
44 in Parliament.
Hear him, sir. Hear Harish Bijoor. Yeah.
Arnab, Arnab, I think, Karnataka is coming into the news for this peripatetic travel, which seems to be continuous. This particular issue seems to be all about two issues. One is timing. The timing is totally disastrous, totally wrong, totally insensitive. The second is funding. And if the funding is personal, that's fine. But as far as this entire exposure is concerned, it's media vigil at its best. And I'm sure these MLAs are wondering which side of the bed they got up on that particular day, or whether they started their travel at Rahu Kalam. Because what's really going to happen is, when they come back, it's naming and shaming. And I think that's a beautiful thing to do, because the constituency must understand that these MLAs have done this, call them back and name and shame them.
Absolutely. There is, for example, Mr. Shivanar of the Bayadgiri Haveri constituency. He, in his constituency, 121 houses have collapsed partially due to heavy rains, and a total of 1,589 houses have been damaged in that area. Now, what is he doing? He probably is having a cruise right now, or he's touring the Lord's Stadium, or he's having unlimited wine along with his dinner in Rome in this part of this extravaganza tour. Preeti Menon is coming in. After that, Gopal Sharma from Mumbai is the first caller tonight. Preeti Menon, why have you been quiet so far? I mean, is it out of worry, or is it because you don't want to state the obvious?
No, I think that our stance is really very clear. Aam Aadmi Party finds it appalling that these MPs behave as if they are some kind of lords, some kind of rulers, some kind of kings who are born to the manor. It is time that we don't just name and shame them, but we hold them culpable for these crimes. This misuse of privileges, these absolute ostentatious display of their wealth and their privileges, when, in places like floods and famines, not even a few thousand rupees is allocated to an entire family for a month's ration. In 1 lakh rupees, you're feeding 50 families for a month, and these people send crores of rupees on their foreign junkets. I think it is now time to really debar them. They have to be sacked. Their privileges have to be taken away. Their rights as an MP and MLA must be taken away. We have to go one step forward.
I want a guarantee
These are
tonight.
dinosaurs from the Jurassic Age. They have to be really thrown out.
Preeti Menon, we want a guarantee tonight, don't we? We want a guarantee tonight that there will be disciplinary action against these MLAs, and I want it here on the channel from the spokespersons of the channel, because there is something really grotesque and cruel about being at the Swarovski Museum, the headquarters of Crystal, or at the Lido show, or a gondola ride, when your electorate is facing such disaster and destruction. You have abandoned your own people and instead are touring in these circumstances. Europe. Shazia, coming back to you.
Yes.
Gopal Sharma, please, from Mumbai. Go ahead, Gopal Sharma ji. Good evening.
Good evening, Arnab. Big fan. How are you?
Very well. Good evening, sir. Go ahead.
Good. I've been listening to Mr. Rao and Mr. the gentleman from
Brijesh Kalappa. Go ahead.
Brijesh Kalappa. Yeah, first of all, Mr. Rao, I think it's a shame that you didn't even know, what are revealed to you in terms of your own candidate traveling, in this group. I mean, it's something that you really need to...
He's not a part of this group.
One person is.
One person is. That's what Arnab...
13 from Congress and one from BJP.
I have all the information that you have. I have all the information you have.
No, sir.
There is nobody from the BJP.
No, sir.
I would like you to... No. That's not factually correct.
Sir, one person
15 Congress MLAs. 15... No, it's not correct.
One person is Pratap Gowda Patil.
It's not correct.
You check
15
it now.
Congress MLAs.
Pratap Gowda Patil is from the BJP.
Mr. Rao,
I suggest you please check it. We can exchange messages. So I cannot comment on something that is not factual.
Sir,
this is not factual.
Sir,
30 Congress MLAs were supposed to go. 15 of them were wanting to be. They are waiting. They are waiting to be made ministers.
Sir, listen to the viewer.
15 Congress MLAs have
Listen
gone.
to the viewer, please, sir. 1 second, let him complete his point.
Come on, if he doesn't know the facts,
He's
I
not
cannot
wrong.
comment on him.
He's not wrong.
I cannot comment if he doesn't know the
He's
facts.
commenting on facts we put out.
No. He's
Okay, so
basing it on your information, which is not correct.
Okay, so you are saying he's not from the BJP. Okay, anyway, do you have another point to make while that goes into dispute? Yes, Gopal Sharma, please complete your point.
All I'm saying, sir, is that the gentlemen, who have traveled across to these, foreign countries, need to be called up. You have something written on the screen as BJP saying that it's embarrassing. Let these people come back, let them pay for whatever has been, paid by whoever is paid for them. I think it's
Okay.
No, they have paid for it themselves, Mr. Sharma.
Okay, 1 second. So there is a little confusion on Pratap Gowda Patil.
He's ill-informed.
No, 1 second. There is a confusion on Pratap Gowda Patil, whether he's from the BJP or the Congress. We'll have to check that part out. There are reports that he's from the Congress. In that case, I stand corrected. But the point remains. And the point is pretty straightforward.
All
I think
15
Shazia
are
raises
from the
her hand.
Congress. I've been shouting last 15
Okay,
minutes.
so anyway, so the Congress hears the message out there.
Yes,
Shazia, I'm
Arnab, I
coming
want
back
to
to you.
make,
Moin from Bangalore.
2 points.
Moin from Bangalore, please. Okay, okay, Shazia, go ahead.
This is a question of 15 MLAs who say that they're going on a personal trip. First of all, personal trip, a holiday trip at this point of time, it doesn't make sense. 2, even if it's a personal trip, let's take a conservative ballpark figure of, let's say, 10 lakhs per person. We're looking at 1,50 lakhs. Imagine the value of that money that could go for relief, and also the actual presence of these MLAs in their respective constituencies.
Yes.
Not just that. Another excuse that is being made is some of them are not from the constituencies that are hurt by floods or droughts.
No.
But at a time like this, you want to come back to your state. People are helping out from all parts of India. They're going to Jammu and Kashmir to help out. And you don't want to be in your own state.
I agree with Shazia when she says that, out of these 15, I think 7 or 8 are outside this area which is affected by either drought or by floods. But that doesn't take the blame away from them.
Only 5.
I think so.
No,
insofar as the fact that they are MLAs,
Absolutely.
No, but it's all right for you to come on a TV program and say it doesn't. No, Brajesh, all right for you to come on a TV program and say it doesn't take the blame away from them. Now, out of these 13, there are 13 from your party, first of all, so you are completely to blame. 8 of them are MLAs of regions that are worst hit among the floods that killed 22 people, damaged 53,000 hectares of crops only a few weeks ago. You can't be going on this kind of a holiday at that time.
I agree with you, Arnab.
No, if you agree with me, what on earth are you going to do?
No, like I have told you.
What will you do? Give me a commitment.
Arnab, and it is being said, who has funded this junket? The Chief Minister to quell
Mr. Rao, why don't you ask from your Goa Chief Minister who funded that trip?
He's feigning ignorance.
Who funded that trip? It was originally a government trip.
That chapter is
over. It was
over.
originally a government trip, which then turned into a private trip. And then who then funded it finally?
By the Chief Minister.
Danish Ali, please.
Please, let
us be very plain. We all know how these type of junkets are being sponsored.
When Mr. Danish Ali is trying to pontificate on public television today, then he should remember what he said, on some other channel some 6 months ago. Please, Mr. Ali, I know you want to act, as if you're the custodian of all morals. But please, think of what happened a few months ago when your own MLAs also went.
So why does it keep happening all over again?
Hypocrisy away. Let us remember.
You made the point. Let him respond.
I am not Brijesh, that is what I am raising the point. Let us be very plain. How these type of junkets are being sponsored. We have to bring some accountability in politics.
Totally, I agree with
Don't fool the people. They are
you all talk about
and transparency.
No, but this Mr. Danish Ali, Brijesh Kalappa, Narasimha Rao. No, my fundamental point is this. Do you think we get some pleasure out of exposing these people and what they do? We don't get it, but it happens again and again and again. And especially in Karnataka, these MLAs seem to be addicted to foreign jaunts and mistime them. Sometimes they take government money, then they mistime them, then they don't care for the people. The problem is endemic, Harish. The problem has now become an endemic problem.
Absolutely.
Why?
Absolutely. Arnab, if you really look at this issue, when it becomes political, when it becomes a political debate with the Congress on one side, the BJP on the other,
he goes on and on about the Congress vice president. What's wrong with you, Mr. Rao? If you have some specific material,
Arnab,
if you have some specific material,
Arnab,
I'm totally short of time. I make an appeal.
Please don't do this.
I make an appeal.
Ruining your own credibility.
I make an appeal tonight.
Rahul Gandhi in Europe.
I make an appeal tonight to all those MLAs. I make an appeal to all the MLAs to come back, and I make an appeal to all the political parties concerned to at least suspend them, to send a message, as Preeti rightly said there, send a message that you look down upon this, that you'll punish those people.
One more appeal.
Shazia, Preeti, out of time. Okay, one more appeal, quickly. Preeti and Shazia haven't spoken.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We know how these...
Just one appeal. Arnab, there's one more appeal, I think.
Rao knows, you know...
Hear them,
I think
sir,
one more
hear
appeal
them.
that there should be...
Go ahead, Shazia,
I think there should be another appeal to all voters not to vote these MLAs back to power.
I agree with you.
There should be one more appeal, and this appeal is to voters of these constituencies not to allow or ever vote these MLAs back to power, and also to party leadership, whether it's Congress or BJP, not to give tickets to people of this kind ever again, because they've shown what they do when they actually get an opportunity and they win from the same constituencies they don't care about.
Tonight.
One is...
Okay, Preeti, last point, because she's been quiet for some time. Yes, Preeti.
The only point that I wish to make is that these people are not understanding the anger of the people. Like the Ukrainian MP was found in a dustbin, this is what's going to happen to them if they don't correct their ways now.
Well,
there's very little time left for them to sort themselves out. Otherwise, the people's anger will throw them out.
Well, I think much of the people's anger gets reflected in the questions which we find. And I thank you all very much, and especially to all the viewers who ask those pertinent questions every evening on the Newshour. Thank you for joining me on the last debate on the Newshour tonight.